Right, good afternoon everybody and welcome to this virtual festive quiz on behalf of EA Sports Bucharest. It's so good to be back with you. For some of you, this will be the third or even fourth time that you've quizzed along with us online this year, and it's lovely that we're doing this again for you on this Wednesday afternoon for Christmas. So for those of you joining us for the first time, my name is Mark and I will be your quiz master this afternoon as I take you through 50 fun-paced questions covering just about every possible subject. Of course, we will have some festive holiday-style questions in there as well, and you might even get one or two questions on electronic arts. So hopefully you've done your homework. Now, let's have a look over to the side of me just over here. You can see the live chat and already people are starting to jump in and get involved. Tokphobia was the first person coming in, completely ignoring my plea for people to say hello and just going first. Okay, we are on YouTube. I guess that's fine. That's what you do on YouTube, isn't it? Good afternoon to Christian and George. George, let's say a big hello and thank you to George because he's a bit of an all-star when it comes to these quizzes and he decided he's going to help us on this quiz instead of play along. So George is actually one of our question setters. He's worked with me to actually come up with some of the trivia that you will be trying to answer today. He will be in the feed, as you can see. There's Dragos and Const88 as well. Good afternoon to you. Now do join in with the feed because it does make a big difference for me so I can interact with you, and obviously it's nice for you to talk to your fellow colleagues as well. Yes, if you want, you can put this on one screen. On the same PC. The only thing is, I mean, you are working for Electronic Arts. I'm sure your PCs are incredibly powerful. Some people with their slightly weaker laptops, if they try and put both on the same screen, it can slow things down. But I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. So pop me in the corner, pop the game next to it, and I'm sure you're okay. The best way, though, is, of course, to use a mobile phone or a mobile device and play along with this on your TV or your computer. Right, let's give you a quick rundown of the rules. Okay, so here you are. We're going to have a few rules today because, you know, what is a quiz without rules? Now, the first thing you need to know is get it right and you will get 100 points. Okay, a correct answer is worth 100 points. And if you get something wrong, I'm afraid it's worth 0. Okay, so 100 points and 0. Now, we do have a couple of questions in here that have multiple correct answers. That means if you get them all right, you will get that 100 points. But if you get one of them wrong, the other ones that you get right are only worth 20 points apiece. So with those, there will be 5 possible answers. 3 of them are correct. If you get 1 right, it's 20. Get 2 right, you get 40 points. Get all 3, and that will be worth 100 points. So that's pretty good. We give you a 30-second gap in between the questions in order for you to join in with the live chat. And we, you know, as I say, we do ask you to do that because it is a lot of fun for me. And this is the important bit. A speed bonus of up to 50 points can be won by every single player on every single question. All you've got to do is get the question right and you will score some bonus points. How many points you get is down to how quickly you answer. The faster you are, the more points you will get. And in terms of answering, you've got to be quick. We only give you 15 seconds. That is it. Now, I know what you're all saying to yourselves there as you're sat at home or in the office. You're going, I do like the shirt that he's wearing. If only there was a way that I could get hold of one of those rather beautiful shirts. Well, we've got you covered. All you've got to do today is finish in the top 10. If you finish in the top 10, you will win the very shirt that I am wearing. Now, not the very shirt I'm wearing, because I'm wearing it, of course, but we will have a shirt in your size. It is the, I'm sure you all know about this. Some of you maybe even worked on this very shirt, but it is the National Day of Romania Ultimate Team shirt, which was given away in-game as a special offer. I think it was for December the 1st. Do correct me if I'm wrong. You guys will know better than me. So it is worn by Haji there on screen, but we've got some replicas, as you can see on me in a second, and all you've got to do is finish in the top 10 tonight and you will get one of those shirts. And this will be our game screen, our live game screen. Now, if you haven't logged into the game, and we can see that lots of you have, nearly 100 of you are in, but right below me is what you need to do. Now, you can use the QR code, which you can see right here, or just go to myquiz.org and enter the code 614065. It is a private quiz. It will only be open to the employees of EA or those that have been invited to play. And it's the same for this stream as well. This is an unlisted stream. Only you guys with this link can see this stream. Who else have we got over here then? Inky Pie. Hey, good afternoon to you. 25 seconds. George, you're right. We decided on that, didn't we? Yes, you're right. There isn't a 30-second gap. There's a 25-second gap. Thank you, George. That's why I need you here. Who else have we got? George is not playing, Mihai, so you've got nothing to worry about. You've got an even more chance to win one of those shirts tonight. Yeah, he's not been banned. He actually came to us and said, you know what, I'd really like to try and set some questions. So we thought we'd give him a go. Right, lots and lots of you are logged in. Now, one thing I want to say to you as well is when we get to the end of the quiz, please don't just switch off as soon as the quiz is over. We have got a very cool announcement to give you at the end. That's very important. So do pay attention. One final thing that we must let you know, in terms of answering, everything is guessable. Everything is either multiple choice, so A, B, C, D, etc., or there will be a keyboard on your screen and we will ask you to enter the correct answer. Now, with those open-ended questions, those keyboard questions, do pay attention to what we are asking you to do. If we ask you for a number, we will tell you how many digits long the number will be. So if it was a year, we will say, please enter a 4-digit number. If it is an age, we will say, enter a 2-digit number. The same goes for letters, okay? 1 letter, 2 letters, no space, no punctuation. Make sure you get your points. Okay, yeah, all right. Shall we just say that George was banned for being far too good? Because I would say that he will be happy with that. Right, I think we should get on with this game, don't you? Let's see if we can find our festive champions this evening. There will be an overall champion who still gets the shirt and, of course, the kudos of ruling over all of you as the trivia champion until we do this again. So please, take a look at your handsets. Over 100 of you now logged in. The very best of luck to each and every one of you. Away we go. And your first question is now on the screen. As we connect, in which franchise would you find the character Katniss Everdeen? All right, so not too tricky to kick you off. And lots of you getting your answers in. So we were looking for the franchise featuring Katniss Everdeen, and a massive 94.8% of you knowing that that is the Hunger Games, played by a rather young-looking now Jennifer Lawrence. I think she was quite old when she played the part, actually. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's have a look. We've got a 5-way tie after question 1. Lucian, Florin, Andre, Vlad, and Almorinal. Almorinal, I hope I said that correct. Here's question number 2. In what year did Nadia Comaneci become the first female gymnast to receive a perfect 10 in gymnastics? 76, 70, 1979, or 1973? Bit of a mix there. Was one of them. All right, your time, it is up. Now, that question becomes a little bit easier if you know your Olympic years, because as far as I can see, the only Olympic year on there was 1976. And thankfully, 57.8% of you getting that one right. It's now Alex in the lead, Florin in second, Henry Ford in third, Gabriel in fourth, and Alex in fifth. And a little known fact is there were some men back in the 20s that got a perfect 10, but those are events that no longer take place. The details are on your screen. Question number 3. Doro Truscu was an EA employee for more than 7 years, but which band is he the lead singer of? So I'm sure most of you know him. Most of you know Doro. It's your first EA question this evening. The Monojacks is the correct answer. And for those of you that got it wrong, do look him up. The Monojacks, one of the big bands that play here in Romania. Very, very talented guys indeed. I've seen them play a few times myself. Alex knew that one. Alex C, I should say, because we've got Alex D in second place, Florinaccio in third, Henry Ford, and Laza El Loco comes into the top 5 as well. 3 questions down, loads to go, plenty of time to catch up. Have a look at the picture. It's a country's flag, but which country we're looking for? Tunisia, Mozambique, Chad, or Angola? One of them is correct. Which one? I must say, I very much like these shirts. It's got a very beautiful Romanian pattern in the fabric, which you'll see if you win one, of course. Angola is the correct answer. Real tricky question there, but the majority of you getting that one right, 35.4% knowing their geography. And we've still got quite a few players that have yet to get a question wrong. Alex C into the lead. Florinaccio, who is only 2 points off the lead, so very close. Ciprian is there as well. Lucian is in 4th. Radu B2 is there in 5th. Here comes question number 5. In the Christmas movie Jingle All the Way, what was the name of the toy Arnold Schwarzenegger's son desperately wanted? So a Christmas question. We have got a few of them tucked away in this quiz. And there is one there. Ultraman, Turbo Man, Radioactive Man, or Spider-Man? It was a fun movie, Jingle All the Way. If you like your Christmas movies about consumerism, which that one pretty much is, the correct answer is Turbo Man. 71.1% of you getting it right. They actually released a Turbo Man after the movie, and it became a bit of a collector's item. If you could find one, they actually did end up selling out straight away. Alex in the lead. Lucian, Cyprian, Andre, and Radu make out our top 5 after 5 questions. Still 45 to go. And here's your next one, number 6. Which video game featuring Keanu Reeves will launch this month, 2020? Petsku, I don't know if it's the best movie ever, but it's a fun movie. It's very Christmassy, I would say. It's the best way I could put it. I'm trying to be polite. It's a fun film. It is a fun film. Cyberpunk 2077 is the correct answer. 80% of you getting that one right. He will play Johnny Silverhand. I'm sure a lot of you knew that. Did some of you actually... Yeah, maybe some of you actually have done a bit of work on that. I don't know. Alex, Lucian, Schmittu, Radu, and Radu B2. Radu O and Radu B2 in the top 5. Some of these EA or video game questions should be pretty easy for you. Number 7, in which county can you find the only round village in Romania? In which county can you find the only round village in Romania? There it is on your screens. Cyberpunk hype. All right, your time is up. Timish is the correct answer here. 22.2% of you getting that one right. So that was a tricky one. Alex C in the lead. Ciprian second. Stefan is there in third. Andre G in fourth. And Andre C in fifth. Is Cyberpunk out yet? I'll be very interested to play it. I love Keanu Reeves. Big fan of his. I would like to play along. Do let me know if it's out yet. Okay, number 8. Which of the following events is not one of the original 5 Winter Olympic sports? Now, this is a tricky one. There were only 5 sports at the original Winter Olympics. And one of these is not one of them. Which one? All right, your time, it is up. So for question number 8, the correct answer here is skeleton, as in the skeleton bob. That's the one where they go basically on a tea tray, hurtling down the run. 45.8% of you getting that one right. Alex becomes the first player to break 1,000 points, but he's only just ahead of Andre in second, Stefan in third. We've got Christian there in fourth, and Lucian is there in fifth. Very, very close as it stands. Here's your next question coming up. This is question number 9. Which of the following cities is not a capital of South Africa? So I'm sure a lot of you know this, but South Africa has 3 separate capital cities, but one of these is not a capital city. Which one? All right, your time has ticked down to 0. Let's see how you've answered this one. All right, so the correct answer we were looking for is Johannesburg, and amazingly, only 9.5% of you getting it right. I say amazingly, that is actually a very tricky question because most people think Johannesburg is indeed a capital of South Africa, but it is not, I'm afraid. So Alex still leads with Andre, Stefan, Florinacho, and Christian there in 5th. If you were one of the 9.5 that got that right, you've just caught up in a big way. Question 10. What was the first original TV show released by Netflix? So, the first original TV show released by Netflix, as in a show that was made by Netflix. Orange is the New Black, Narcos, which I love, House of Cards, or Daredevil. It is one of them. Which one is it? All right, your time is up. We were looking for House of Cards, and you guys knew that one. 41.2%, the vast majority of you getting that right. Otherwise, lots of you went for Orange is the New Black. I'm not such a fan of that show. I don't know why. I found it a bit twee, but House of Cards is great. Andre now leads ahead of Alex, Stefan in third, Florinacho, and Radu round out our top 5. Yeah, George, everyone's concentrating. They've got a chance to win because you're not playing. Number 11. Multiple answers. Select 3 players that Simona Halep has played in a Grand Slam final. All right. Do you know your tennis? Tricky question. Get all 3 of them. You get the 100 points and some bonus points as well. Will this shake up our top 5? Yes, it will. So we were looking for Maria Sharapova, Serena Williams, and Sloane Stephens. She's been in 5 finals. She's won 2. Very impressive. Yelena Ostapenko and Caroline Wozniacki are the 2 other players that she has played in Grand Slam finals. So Alex now into the lead with Andre into second, Stefan third, Radu in fourth, and Florinacho fifth. That really did shake up our top 5. Here's the next question. Question number 12. What is measured using an odometer? What is measured using an odometer? Wind speed, fragrance, density, or distance? All right, time is up. Now, an odometer, you've probably seen one of these today because it's essentially measuring distance, and an odometer is what you have in your car. When you see the speed on your car, right in the middle, it shows you how many miles you've gone. That is an odometer. Admittedly, the one there is used for measuring underground, so we did put a little bit of a red herring on there. Well done if you got it. Andre still leads. Stefan, Alex, Florinaccio, and Andre C is there in fifth. Here's question number 13. Which Romanian painter does Orlando Bloom resemble? I don't think there's any argument over that. He really does look like this particular person, or vice versa, I guess you could say. I think we need to know when he's going to make a movie as this person. Maybe, you know, his life movie. Time is up. Nicolae Grigorescu is the correct answer. 18.1% of you getting that one. That was a tricky one, a Romania-based question, but only 18.1 getting it. Andre leads. It's a good lead now, actually. He's got a full question and full bonus lead over Stefan in second, and then Alex, Florinaccio, and Andre C there in fifth. Plenty of points to be had, though. Don't give up. Question 14. What is the collective noun for a group of lemurs? Conspiracy, congregation, gang, or ambush? One of those is the correct answer. Just click on the right one. Get those points. The quicker you click, the more points you will get. If you're here to encourage, George, I need to see some encouragement. Come on. They are known as a conspiracy. So some really tricky little questions coming up here. If you're going to get one of these shirts tonight, you're really, really going to earn it. Just 18.3% of you getting it right. Andre leads, Stefan, Alex C, Andre C, and Andre T. Lots of Andres in the top five. And it's Andre Georgescu who leads at the moment. Here's number 15. Which Adam Sandler movie debuted on Christmas Day in 2008? Was it Bedtime Stories? Just go with it. Click, or you don't mess with the Zohan. One of them was released on Christmas Day in 2008. Andre's only 15 questions in, and you're already suggesting he's done his homework. Come on now. It's Bedtime Stories, and 28% of you getting it right. And just as soon as Const88 accused Andre of actually doing some homework, he got that one wrong. Stefan now goes into the lead. Andre down to second. Alex in third. Andre C in fourth. Alexandru Bran, you're into the top five for the first time. Well done to you. You're in fifth position. Here comes question number 16. Leprechauns are said to have what occupation? Yeah, peer pressure. It is tough when you see your name at the top. It suddenly does get a little bit nervy when you're tapping away. Once you're there, you want to stay there. We have got a close quiz today so far. And Shoemaker is the correct answer. 62.7% of you getting that one right. Stefan still leads with Andre in second. Alex, Alexandru, and Andre is your top five after 16 questions. Live development is doing rather well, I am rest assured. I'm taking that from the feed because obviously I don't know who you guys work for or where you work within the company. But live dev, well done to you. Here's number 17. What is the first letter of the name of this character from The Lion King? Please enter one letter as your answer. No punctuation, no spaces, no messing around. Just one letter. We just want the first letter of the name of that character. So it's your first open-ended question. Let's see how many of you managed to get it. Z or Z is the correct answer. Z for Zazu. Zazu from The Lion King. Well done if you got that one. That was a good question for Stefan. He's now building a little bit of a lead over Andre in second, who's only got an 11-point lead over Andre T. Alex C. Florinaccio, who's been in and out the top five quite a bit. They're still hanging around in fifth. This is still very close, but it's Stefan out in the lead. Here's number 18. In which of the following countries was Starbucks not successful? So we're obviously talking about the famous coffee store. It did not succeed at all in one of those four countries. The other three, very successful. Which one is it? All right, your time is up. It was the Australians. They just weren't interested in it. And they ended up closing a lot of the stores. 36.9% of you, the majority, getting that one right. So well done. Stefan continues to get questions right. Andre Georgescu in second. And then Andre Corsoy is in third. Almarinal is back into the top five in fourth. And Andre T in fifth. Lots of Andres, as I say. 3 Andres out the top five. Here's your next question. With which series of books would you associate the address 12 Grimald Place, London? Andre, why has Tom got an unfair advantage? I would like to know. I like to hear all the dirt. Why has Tom got an unfair advantage? All right, so 12 Grimmauld Place, London is in Harry Potter. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. It's the home of the Black family, most importantly, according to the book, Sirius Black, of course. So that was a tricky one. Stefan gets it, stays in the lead. Andre G in second, Andre C in third, Almarinal and Andre T still in fourth and fifth. Ah, right, he's an Aussie. Okay, well, we've got something for everybody. That's the idea. Number 20, in which country is the world's tallest bridge, the Millau Viaduct, located? So, yeah, geography covers... We've got lots of geography questions covering all countries and, of course, plenty of questions on Romania and EA itself. So, the Millau Viaduct, where is it? Maybe you've been there. I haven't. It's in France. 34.2% of you getting it right. A height of 336.4 metres. Just think about that. I mean, that is insane. 336.4 metres. And yes, that is cloud that you can see on the screen there. Certainly very heavy, but high mist. Stefan still continues to get them right. Andre second, Andre third, Andre fourth, and Doru now in fifth. Featuring 19,000 extras, which movie won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1988? So which movie won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1988? Is this a tricky one? Sometimes the questions sound tricky until you look at the answers, and then often the correct answer will jump out at you. And I think it probably did with this one. The Last Emperor is the correct answer. 61.8% of you then getting that one right. I think it's fair to say they wouldn't need 19,000 extras for The Lost Boys, Wall Street or The Untouchables, right? So you can kind of reverse engineer some of these questions. Stefan breaks 2,000 points. Andre C, Andre T, Doru, Florinaccio is your top five. Here is question number 22. In which Scottish city was Sean Connery born? Now, he's obviously passed away just recently. Maybe you picked this up in the news and it's stuck in your brain, which will be helpful right now. That's how trivia works. So in which Scottish city was Sean Connery born? All right, your time is up. So we were giving you Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee or Perth as your four options. And he is from the capital, Edinburgh. 47.4% of you getting that one right. And it's still Stefan leading the way. Andre, Doru and Florinaccio are your top five. Let's see if we can get a few more players up into the top five. It's always good to see lots of different names. And it's still incredibly close. Stefan, though, has had the lead for a while. Let's see if anybody can catch him. Not quite halfway yet. Here's number 23. Select the missing word from the lyrics of this popular Christmas song. Quickly read through it. What word is missing after magic? What word is missing after magic? I think this is really tricky. I do. I think this is really tricky, and it's even more amazing when you know which song it is. I mean, did you realise that was All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey? Those are lyrics from that song. You've probably heard it 100 million times this year already, and it's reindeer. Hear those magic reindeer click. What were they thinking when they wrote that line? Bizarre. Anyway, that question was a good one for Andre because he's now caught Stefan right up. Stefan still leads, but only just. Then it's Andre, Mertzia, and Doru, top five. Number 24, Electronic Arts was founded on May the 27th, 1982. In which city? So, a work question. In which city, essentially, was Electronic Arts founded? All the way back in 1982. And your time, it is up. And San Mateo is the correct answer here. 8.8% of you getting it right. I do hope that's the correct answer. That's the one that I was given. And lots of you have gone for Redwood City. I hope we have the right answer. I really do. Stefan, Andre, Alexandru comes into the top five, and Mertzia is still hanging around there as well in fifth place. Here's question number 25, your halfway point. Which country has the most recognised variety of animal and plant species? Which country has the most recognised variety of animal and plant species? Morella, I was relying on our EA supplier for the EA questions. I do hope that was the correct answer. Maybe it was just a brilliant question. Brazil, exactly 50% of you getting this one right, so well done if you got it. And all of our top players did get that, and just like that, we have got a super close quiz again. Stefan still leads the way, but look how close this is now. Andre in second, Andre T in third, Mertzia in fourth, and Alexandru is just 4 points behind fourth place there in fifth. Super close. 25 to go. Here's number 26. Francesco Illy, the founder of the Italian coffee roasting company, was actually born in which Romanian city? Brasov, Cluj, Timișoara or Bucharest? Which one was it? So Francesco Illy. Yeah, and he was born in Romania in Timișoara, and very proud from Timișoara as well. He is. 71.8% of you did know that one, and pretty much all of our top players managing to get that one right. So these bonus points are going to make a really big difference, because most of you getting a lot of these questions right. Stefan, Andre C, Andre T, Mircea and Alexandru Bran. Andre Hilly. There's a lot of Andres around tonight, you are right. Select the 3 genuine movie titles as listed on IMDb. So this is a really tricky one. This will shake up our top 5, I'm sure. 3 of those are real movies. 2 of them are completely made up. Now, I don't think there's any way anybody could know this for sure. Help I'm a Fish, The Night of the Iguana and Spanking the Monkey. I knew Spanking the Monkey. I'm fairly sure it's about skateboarding. But someone might know better, but I've got a feeling that's about skateboarding. Anyway, well done if you got it. Pugs versus Aliens and Koala Jack we actually made up. Stefan still leads. Mircea, Andre and Alexandru are your top 5. That was a weird question, I know. We've got a few more weird ones to come, don't you worry. Here's your next one, number 28. In which country would you find Vulcan Point, which is an island within a lake on an island in a lake within an island? Yes, managed to get that correct. So it's an island within a lake, on an island in a lake within an island. But in which country is it? It is incredibly unique. Now, it's not the only one. There's a couple of others like this, but this is the biggest. This is the biggest of the examples. And it is the Philippines. Oh, wow. It looks like you knew this. 44.2% of you getting that one right. I'd tell you what, Stefan is proving very, very hard to catch up. He's still got a slender lead, but he doesn't want to give up the top spot. Andre C, second. Andre T, third. Mircea and Doru chasing them as well. Here comes question number 29. In a tradition dating back centuries, people in Norway hide what on Christmas Eve? So what are the people in Norway hiding on Christmas Eve? Brooms, mugs, clocks or pots? That was the most Norwegian representative photo we could find concerning Christmas. It's got snow in it, basically. They hide brooms. 37.7% of you knowing this one as well. Was that an unfair question to anybody? Is anybody Norwegian that's playing tonight? I don't know. Look, I put the kiss of death on Stefan there. I'm so sorry, buddy. Still, you haven't lost yet. But Andre has now taken the lead after everything I just said. Then it's Mircea into third, Andre T fourth, and Florinacho in fifth. This really is very close. Here comes question number 30. Which of these art museums is housed in a former railway station? So the Guggenheim, the Tate Modern, the Irish Museum of Modern Art, or the Musée d'Orsay. One of them is in a former railway station, and that is the former railway station, or the museum, that you can see on your screens. Let's have a look and see what you've gone for. The Musée d'Orsay is the correct answer. Well done if you managed to get it. It's on the left bank of the Seine, housed in the former railway station there. Andre still leads over Stefan, Mircea, Florinacho, and Andre T. Okay, your next question is coming up. I am paying attention to messages as well. True or false? Discombobulation is the name for anxiety at being unable to obtain information via the internet. Is that true, or have we completely made it up? Discombobulation, is that a made-up word? I'm not that clever to make that word up, I'm afraid. It's absolutely true. So, as shown by the IT Crowd, which I know a lot of you probably love, that brilliant TV show, it does mean someone that's anxious because they can't get information from the internet. So 62.3% of you getting it. Andre, Stefan, Mircea, Florinacho and Andre T in the top 5. I think we've all had that anxiety at some point, right? Here comes question number 32. Which country is the birthplace of the mojito cocktail? Mexico, Cuba, Honduras, or Brazil? Thanks, Sebastian. Is that the answer we had? Was that the answer we had, or did we have it incorrect? Do tell us. And Petskew, best TV series ever? Don't know about that, but I love it. Brilliant show. Cuba was the correct answer here. Andre, Stefan, Mircea, Florinacho, Andre T are your top 5. Just a reminder, when we do get to the end of the quiz, please don't dash off. Do stay on for a couple of minutes. We do have a little bit of a surprise to reveal for you. Thanks, Sebastian. I didn't have any doubt in George's answers whatsoever. Thanks for that. Question number 33. Which of these was not the name of a NASA space shuttle? It can be worrying when you have these specific company questions and suddenly sort of 70% go for another answer, but it just proves that George wrote a really, really good question. And I like to think we've all learned something there. San Mateo. Good to know. Aquarius is the correct answer, 72.7%. Aquarius is many things, but it wasn't a space shuttle. And we've still got Andre in the lead, but look at this. Florinaccio is now putting in the chase. He's got into second, but only a couple of points, literally a couple of points ahead of Stefan. And then Andre T and Mercia. What a close one we have. Andre leads the way. Here comes number 34. In video games, what does NPC stand for? What does NPC stand for? I don't think this is too tricky. Right, that's Sebastian. That's exactly why he put it in as a multiple choice incorrect answer, I guess. Non-playable character is the correct answer. Nitro Pack Controller, 3.1%, 3.9% of you are going for it. I'd love to know where in EA you work for getting that one wrong. Don't know. Doesn't matter. You don't have to know all of this. But anyway, most of you getting it. Andre, Stefan, Florinaccio, Andre, and Mercia are your top 5. Fallout Address wants to know as well. What is the first letter of this cute animal? Okay, please enter a 1-letter answer, just as you did before. So that type of animal. His name's not James or Bob or something like that. We're talking about the actual type of animal. First letter, please. Q for quokka. Well done if you got that one. That is tricky, but these are very popular. People take pictures of them. They do have sort of a permanent smile, so they're very photogenic. They're not necessarily smiling, but their face always says that they are. Very tough question there. Andre Kosoy into the lead now. Andre T second, Stefan third, Florinaccio and Mercia are 4th and 5th. Very good, Morella. All right, I've been dreading this one. In which country can you find the longest name place in the world? Tomawata Angang Hoiki Amaturipuk. I tried to pronounce it. I can't. I'm sorry. Tomatawaka Tangi Hanga Akua Tamata Turipuk. Trips off the tongue, doesn't it? Feel free to try and say it yourselves. It's very, very difficult, and that is in New Zealand. It's a 1,000-foot hill near the township Poranakahu, which holds the Guinness World Record for the longest place name with 85 characters. Second on the list is the one that I can't pronounce in Wales. Andre, Florinaccio, Mercia, and Stefan, who is falling like a stone at the moment. Come on, Stefan, get back into it. Question number 37. Which Haruki Murakami novel shares its title with a song by the Beatles? A Day in the Life, Norwegian Wood, Help, or The Long and Winding Road? So if you're a Beatles fan or a fan of Murakami, both will be better. Morella, that is clutching at straws. You can't have awe for nice, cute animals. Norwegian Wood is the correct answer here. Just 13.5% of you getting that one, which means if you got it, you really are gaining points on other players. And it's still close, but it's Andre Kosoy who has a pretty good lead at the moment over Andre T. Florinaccio is just behind him third. Mercia still there. Stefan is holding on in 5th place. Here's number 38. And it's another EA question. What's the name of this backpack? Received as FIFA launch swag in 2019. I'm sure some of you have one. It's a very nice looking bag, I must say. Very nice colours. I do like grey and blue together like that. It looks very cool. All right, it's called the Bobby. I don't know. I mean, that's a tricky one to know, isn't it? But it's called Bobby. 32.9% of you getting it right. And our top players did get it. 2 players have already crossed 3,000 points. So we've got the Andres leading the way. Andre Kosoy and Andre T. And Stefan is fighting back. Go on, son. Get up there. 3rd place. Florinaccio. 4th. Mercia. 5th. 12 questions to go. Still close. Number 39. How long is the Romanian Black Sea coast? That's a tricky one for you. How long is the Romanian Black Sea coast? This is a tough one. Andre Kosoy needs to just keep getting these questions right. And as I say that, he just got that one wrong. It's 275 kilometres long, 44.2% of you getting it right. So with our leader getting it wrong, nearly half of you have just caught points up. Andre T still in second, but he's now being chased by Florinaccio in third. Stefan is still there, as is Doru. That is your top 5. Still a relatively good lead, though, for Andre C. And here comes question number 40. What is a baby rabbit called? It doesn't begin with A, Morella. It doesn't begin with A. Okay, I know what you're about to say. Addy, that might be the best thing that anyone's managed to post in the chat so far. Very inventive. You probably missed a couple of questions in order to write that, but totally worth it. So what's a baby rabbit called? It's called a kit. A kit. 34.6. Yes, we all call them bunny rabbits, don't we? But their real name is a kit. And hares, if you're interested. So hares look very similar, but hares are leverets. So kit is what we were looking for. Andre Kasoy still leads, but Andre T is catching him up. Florinacho moves into third. Stefan fourth. Doru fifth. 10 questions remain. Into the home straight. Here's number 41. Which pop singer grew up on a Christmas tree farm? Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, or Taylor Swift? So many Andres. If we'd have known this Andre, we would have put some more answers in with Andre as the answer. It's too late now. Excuse me. It's Taylor Swift. And one way you might know this is because last year she released a song called Christmas Tree Farm, which was all about her experience of growing up on the Christmas tree farm. Fun piece of trivia. Oh, wow. It really has got close because Andre Kazoy has got the last couple wrong. Andre T has now caught up, just 22 points behind. Stefan in third. Florinacho, Merzia. There's your top 5. Someone's given Andre the wrong answer. What does a numismatist, that's a tricky word to say as well. What does a numismatist collect? Coins, books, maps, or Barbie dolls? Oh, it was Petscoo that got given the wrong answers. Never listen to the answers that are in the feed. I've learnt that myself. Coins is the correct answer here. 76.3% of you getting that one. Lots and lots of you getting it. And just like that, Andre manages to just get a bit more of a lead because Andre T got it wrong, which has allowed Stefan to really catch up as well. Florinacho and Merzia. Remember, top 10 though, if you're showing it as being in the top 10 at the moment, you're in with a chance of getting one of these beautiful shirts. Here's number 43. How many Home Alone movies were released? Please put a 1-digit number, just a 1-digit number, so you know that the answer is between 1 and 9. It's not 0. I'm going to help you out. It's not 0. 1-digit answer to get the points. All right, your time is up. I think this one's tricky because some of them were really terrible, and there are 5, and 16% of you knew that. Have you watched them all? The last one was in 2012 called The Holiday Heist, and they are making yet another one. Whether it's a sequel or a reboot, I don't know, but they are doing another one. Andre Kasoy from Florinacho, Andre T, Stefan and Merzia is your top 5. Remember, top 10 get prizes. Here's number 44. Coming up. And look at the picture. Name the dog breed in the photo. Once again, Morella, it's not R and then the dog breed. Okay, so it doesn't begin with A. Yeah, Morella, the first 2 were awesome and then it all went downhill. I do have a family connection to Home Alone, which I could share with you. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, 30.7% of you getting it right. I do have a family connection to the movie Home Alone because it was my great aunt that actually cast Macaulay Culkin in the movie. She was the casting director on that film. Andre Kasoy leads, but 25 points only. Back to Andre T. Merzia in third. Florinacho and Doru is your top 5. We've lost a few people from the top 5. Here's number 45. On a standard computer keyboard, which 2 letters have this raised bump? Now, if you're playing along with a laptop or a computer, this one might be a little bit easier for you. Yeah, there's many, many types of spaniels. King Charles, Cocker. Those are 2 that I can think of. F and J, 75.3%. They're simply for touch typers. So when you put your fingers on the keyboard, without looking at the keyboard, you can make sure your hands are in the right position. Andre still leads, but Andre T is trying to catch him up. Florinacho's very much there. Doru Stefan disappeared and has now come back. 5 to go. This is close. Here is your next question, number 46. True or false? Moose are excellent swimmers. True or false? Now, picture that moose. If it got into the lake, could it swim? That's all you've got to do. Is it true that they are excellent swimmers or false? It is true. They are fantastic swimmers and can swim 6 miles an hour and have the ability to stay in the water for upwards of 2 hours. I mean, that's incredible with them being so big and obviously the weight as well on their heads. But it is true. 88.5% of you knew that one, and it's still close at the top. Andre Kasoy and Andre T lead, but Florinaccio, Doru and Stefan are chasing them down. 4 questions remain. Who will be our champion? What is the largest island in Japan? Again, it could be an unfair question or a rigged question if we have any players from Japan with us today. What is the largest island in Japan? 2 questions on islands in here tonight. I've only just noticed that. There you go. Maybe we have some island fans. Who knows? Honshu is the correct answer. 31.2% getting that one right. Oh boy, this is going to come right down to the wire. We have just 3 questions to go, and looking at this, it's just 11 points between the 2 Andres at the top, and then it's only just over 100 points back to Florinaccio. Doru, Stefan is there still. Wow, 3 questions remaining. Who is going to be our champion? Top 10 get prizes, remember. Here's number 48. What are the initials of this person? Please enter a 2-letter answer. So his first and last name, his initials. What are the initials of this person? A 2-letter answer. No spaces, no punctuation. It is an EA-related question, which I'm sure a lot of you know, and AL is the correct answer. Thankfully, lots of you got it. 60% for Andre Lazarescu, the FIFA senior producer, EA Romania Studio. Well done if you got it. It's just 4 points between our top 2. Andre Kasoy and Andre T. Florinaccio is very much in touch as well. Doru is still there. Stefan is still there. I think it's going to come down to our top 3 players for our overall winner. Here's your penultimate question. Number 49. Which country is home to the world's only ski-through McDonald's? This is a real thing. It's not a gimmick. It is a genuine ski-through McDonald's. Is it Canada, Austria, Sweden, or Italy? Not really any clues in the picture, I'm afraid. Right, your time is up. Wow, look at this. Oh, what a question that was for Andre Kasoy. It's Sweden. 32.1% of you getting that one right. And Andre got it, and Andre T didn't. So it's now Andre Kasoy's quiz to lose. We have 1 question to come. It will be a multiple answer. Top 10 get prizes, remember. Florinaccio has now gone into 2nd place. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Your final question, 50 of 50. Select 3 songs that have been the Christmas number 1 in the UK. Now, I did ask George whether this was okay to put in when he sent it to me, and he said you guys know your music in the UK. 3 of those songs have been the Christmas number 1. And I tell you what, we've caught a few people out here because we were looking for Bohemian Rhapsody, we were looking for Duvet Nights Christmas by Band A20, and we were looking for Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine, which went to number 1 after an online promotion to try and stop the X Factor winner getting to number 1, and it worked. And we have our winner tonight. And Andre Kasoy, we will say 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, my bud. There you go. There's your sprinkles. 4,176 points. You take the win. It's Florinaccio that comes in second, just ahead of Andre T, who was there or thereabouts all the way. But you are all winners. But not just you guys, our overall top 10. All of you are going to get one of these wonderful, wonderful shirts. So Doru, you get a shirt. Stefan, who was leading for such a long time, you get a shirt. We've also got shirts for Mercia, Pux, Ciprian, Mihaitsa Boss, and Andre Georgescu. So another Andre there in 10th place as well. If you are in the top 10, you have won yourself one of these very, very limited FIFA 21 Romania shirts. So there we go. Well done to our winners. And don't worry if you didn't win this time. There's always next time. And of course, Christmas is coming, so you might get a little present at some point anyway. Okay, we did say that we would have a little thing to talk to you about. So we will look at the feed in a second, but we do have something we want to tell you about. Okay, and it is this. As you can see on your screen just here, you might remember when we had the FIFA 21 launch that you were enjoying the Playmaker Burger. Well, we are very, very pleased to reveal that Circus Pub is now selling the Playmaker Burger on their menu, as you can see there. And not only that, but it is available for you to order through the Taz app or We've just learned this evening you can now do it through the Bolt app as well, and you will get a 40% discount with the Bolt app. So how about that? That is on the menu. As you know, this burger was created especially for the EA Sports team, and they assured me that it's got some secret ingredients in there, passion for football, games, technology. I'm not quite sure. They've literally put keyboards and wires in there, but I am told it's a very, very nice burger. So that's the first bit of our surprise, but we have got something else to reveal as well, which is this, and this is very, very pleasing to learn about. So this is the Magic Home Charity, and we're thrilled to tell you that in January next year, 200 of the Playmaker burgers will be donated to this charity. They're an NGO that supports the parents of children hospitalised here in Bucharest who are fighting cancer, so they're having a really, really tough time, and it's going to help when they're having these tough times to maybe get some really quality food sent out. So 200 Playmaker burgers are going to be donated thanks to EA and Circus Pub to the Magic Home Charity. All their details are on the screen, and more details have been sent out to you as well. I think we can all agree that burgers and games are at their best when they are shared with others. Let's go back to our main screen. And here we are on our main screen as well. Right, there we are. Yeah, Addy, Killing in the Name Of. Can you believe it? Killing in the Name Of by Rage Against the Machine was a Christmas #1. And it still gets played at Christmas now. It was like 8 or 9 years ago, but it's regarded as sort of a Christmas song, believe it or not. Yeah, Morella, we went all Oprah on everybody. You get a shirt and you get a shirt. And I've got an example here. You're not going to get one like mine, but you're going to get one of these. You can just about see the pattern on there. I think they're very, very nice shirts. So well done if you managed to get one. 69th for T-Bog tonight. Well done to George A again for being our guest writer. I think we can all show you plenty of appreciation as Mihai is doing there. Thank you to you, Andre, as well for your kind words. Well done on your 3rd place finish. So it leaves me to say, whatever you do for the rest of the evening, make sure you have a fun time. And make sure you have an incredibly safe and wonderful Christmas and an even better New Year. And hopefully we'll get to do this again sometime in 2021. Thank you for having me. I've been Mark, your Quizmaster, and I look forward to quizzing with you again sometime.